Hi, I'm Patrick Bansho Green, and I am a lay Zen teacher with Zen Community of Oregon. And I also worked a long time in politics as my career. And so today I'd like to talk with you about election anxiety and how our practice can support us. So I think a lot of people are anxious right now about the upcoming election, and there's a number of reasons for that. One is that we care. There's a lot at stake in elections, things that we care about deeply. And one way or the other, depending on who prevails, we know that that will have an impact on things we care about, on people we care about. So this comes from a place of care. And I think that's important to remember. The second thing is that one of the reasons why anxiety comes forward is because there's just so much uncertainty. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how it's going to turn out. And there's a lot of information coming at us that reinforces that sense of not knowing what's going to happen. And you'll notice that in the news media, there's a lot of predictions that happened. When you watch a news show, it's always, what do you think is going to happen? And if they do this, what's going to happen? So, and part of that is it feeds our anxiety because it's really forward focused in terms of thinking, what is this thing that could happen? And that adds to our anxiety. And it's based in the sense of uncertainty. So that keeps people watching. The second thing I would say is that the mind doesn't like things that are uncertain. The second thing about that is it seeks information. So we can find ourselves inundated with information and seeking inundation as a way to soothe our anxiety. If I just have more information, if I know more about what's happening or what people think is happening, then I won't be as anxious. The challenge with that is that we have all this information, but we don't have the power to act on it. And let me give you an example from my career in politics. I was remarking to somebody recently that you can read a news website and get as much information about voter turnout in such and such precinct in Wisconsin as I had as a political professional 10 years ago. It's an astounding amount of information that's available. The challenge with that is we don't know what to do with that information. And when I was a political professional, I could actually act on that. Or I would at least have it would look like I could influence those, what was happening. I could get information and then say, okay, here's how we need to deploy our political campaign to respond. But if you're not involved in this and you have professional level information, we don't have the ability to act on it. And that can actually also add to our anxiety because it increases our sense of powerlessness. So there's the uncertainty of what's going to happen. We end up seeking more information to help alleviate our anxiety. And that more information, if we're not able to really utilize it or act on it, can actually add even more to our anxiety because we're powerless over that. So there's a real great Dharma lesson here, is that things are uncertain in the future, and our ability to influence what other people do and influence events is limited. And that really can have anxiety arise. So there's two ways that I want to talk with you about that we can work with this. One is just taking a breath break as we find ourselves spinning about a news story, or we find ourselves overly preoccupied with election anxiety. Just taking a breath. And the way that you do that, take three breaths in. Take 3 breaths, long and slow, all the way out, and then allow the breath to return naturally. So let's do that. like you're blowing a pinwheel. And one more. Whatever is long and slow for you, just 3 long breaths out and then allowing the breath to return naturally. That can help reset our body and ground ourselves in the present moment and return to ourselves. The second thing that I would mention is loving kindness meditation, or metta. And this comes from the time of the Buddha. His instruction to his followers, his monk followers, to deal with fear and anxiety before they went out in the forest to meditate where there were tigers is to practice loving kindness meditation. And you can also do that with the breath. And there's 3 phrases for that. Wishing, may I be free from fear and anxiety, may I be at ease, and may I be happy, or may I be at peace. And we can do that for ourselves and for other people. So let's do that briefly. If you like, you can close your eyes. And just on the out breath, silently to yourself, may I be free from fear and anxiety. May I be at ease. May I be happy. Or may I be at peace. May I be at peace. And one thing we can do is to send this wish. Loving kindness is a wish or prayer grounded in our breath. So we can say that for ourselves, and we ought to say it for ourselves as a way to bring us back to home, the home of the present moment. And also we can send this to others. So if we know others who are worried, or for those who are involved in the election and in these far-flung places that we can't influence because we're here and they're there, we can send loving kindness to them. May you be free from fear and anxiety. May you be at ease. May you be happy. I wish that for all of you. So the bottom line is, it's very normal to have election anxiety. It comes from a place of care. And we just need to take care of our heart during this time. And we can do that, one, by getting perspective. Things are uncertain and they're out of my realm of control. The second thing is practicing, either practicing with the breath or doing loving kindness. I hope this supports you during this time. May you be at ease. So I'd like to invite you to participate in an activity that might support you during election day, when there's going to be a lot of uncertainty and a lot of agitation and the possibility for a lot of anxiety. And that is to take a break by joining us for our 24-hour election day vigil. And you can find out more information about that at our website, zendust.org. And for 24 hours, we'll be hosting meditation practice, yoga practice, loving kindness meditation, silent meditation. And it might be a way for you to just check in and get support by practicing with other people. So check that out, more information on our website, and we would love to practice meditation with you at some point on election day. Please join us.